to my channel. I'm Abigail Doku, and this is the Study Abroad Diaries. So let's wait for one or two people to join and we get started. Hello, you're welcome to my live session. If you just joined, please invite a friend, invite a family, invite someone to join. We spend some few time to wait for people to join, then we continue. Hi. Yes, whose name is this? Hi. Yeah. Yeah, welcome. I'm happy to have you all here. So please share, invite people. If you're in a group, you can draw their attention that the live session has started. Oh, okay. Hello, Emmanuel. Yeah, I know you have a lot of questions for me. I'll tackle everything here today. Hello, John. Hi, John. Yeah, so invite your friends to join and then we can start. Okay, so why is my camera frozen? Okay. Oh, okay. So I think you can start now. Let's see. Okay, it's 4 o'clock, so we have to wait for 5 more minutes. Then we start. So whilst you are waiting, we can have a chat. So, John, how are you? Where are you from? Okay, so I can see people joining. You're welcome. We starting at 8 p.m. GMT. We have 2 more minutes to go. Yeah, whilst we are waiting, we can invite friends, we can invite people to join. This is the Study Abroad Diaries. Normally, what we do is to give tips, information to make you a successful applicant, meaning we help you to get here on scholarship, either full scholarship or partial scholarship. And when you get here, we also help you with how to settle in. So I'm just here to help you. And I'm not taking any money from anyone. It's just free assistance, okay? So whilst you're still waiting, let me see. Yeah, 1 minute to go. So let's invite our friends. They don't know we are live. Just send a message. Yeah, send a message. Yeah, so send a message, invite friends, keep sending out. Today we have a lot to talk about. And if you stay till the end, you have some, let me see how many schools here. 11 schools. Yeah, I've listed 11 schools that you could look at and start getting in touch with them, starting the whole process. I have 11 schools for you that you could look at. So if you stay till the end, you get all these 11 schools, you can start applying. They are very good, they have funding, they have scholarships, so you can look at those 11 schools. So keep sharing. Let me see. Okay. Okay, so 11 minutes. I mean, 11 schools to talk about. Yeah, they are very good schools. They have funding. You can apply to them. So, yeah, if you get in, you're welcome. Like if you just join, you're welcome. You can just send me hi, and then maybe you can add your name if you want. And I also say hi. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So let's keep sharing and see. Okay, so let's get started. A little bit of introduction. My name is Abigail Doku, and I recently graduated from Central Michigan University. Yes, I graduated with Master of Science in Exercise Physiology. Oh, hello. Yeah, I graduated with Master of Science in Exercise Physiology. Currently, I'm intern at Virginia Tech. I am just interning in the Gen Lab, and what's next? I look forward to have a nice summer. So let's get started. If you want to say a little bit about yourself, you can just say hi and then say something about yourself. I'll read it if you want me. Okay, so hello. Okay, is it exposure channel? Yeah, hello. So let's get started. So today basically we are looking at how to prepare for the upcoming admission season, application season, admission season. Okay, most schools will start opening up their doors to receive new applications in 2 months. Yeah, yes, in 2 month time. Say August, September, yes, August, September, thereabouts. We are in June, so July, August. So August, September, schools will start accepting application. And the best thing you could do is to put in your application early. Put in your application early. If you put in your application early, there are a lot of opportunities for you. Just to mention a few, one, they will have time to go through your application. They'll get back to you early. They'll be able to tell you whether you need to modify your application or modify your document. Also, you have the opportunity to be assessed on a full scale, like full consideration. What I mean by full consideration is they have maybe a list of, not maybe, they have the number of people they want to admit into the program, and they have the number of scholarships they want to give out. So if you apply early, they will access you have access to be considered for full funding. There are a lot of seats available for you compared to applying late. If you apply late, maybe they have accepted all the students they need, so they can give you admission and no scholarship. That's not full consideration. They can give you admission and even partial scholarship. So the earlier you apply, the better for you. Okay. So let's keep sharing, let's keep inviting people, let's keep telling people about our live session today. As time goes on, I'll pause to ask questions, I'll pause to take your questions and answer them. Okay. If you have personal questions, the link you use to join, it has my email address there. I would go to the email to check some of the questions and discuss it here with you. Okay, I'll keep you anonymous, so don't worry. So basically, you're looking at the preparation towards this application season. So first of all, you need to put your document together. So the first thing you need to do is document preparation. If you don't know the kind of document you need for application, then how will you put them together? So let's see some of the documents you need. First, you need your passport. You're an international student, so you need your passport. Without your passport, you can't get your visa. Without your passport, you need a picture identification. You need your passport. So if you don't have a passport, as you are here now, as I speak now, if you don't have a passport, I advise you put in your passport application as soon as possible. And passport application is not expensive. You just apply online. In some countries, you apply online. In some countries, you have to go to the passport office. Just take the step, go apply for passport. Even if not for graduate school application, if not for school application, you need your passport. If you want to travel anywhere for tourism purpose, you want to travel anywhere for anything, you need a passport. So you need to put in your passport as soon as possible. Okay. And then, so after the passport, you need your transcript. The transcript schools require you to have unofficial transcript at the beginning of your application. So when you start your application, you can upload unofficial transcripts. Let me explain unofficial transcript briefly. Unofficial transcript is the one you got from your school and you are uploading it onto the system. It is unofficial because the system has not verified it. It is you uploading that transcript. So it is not verified. Hmm. Okay. So it is not verified. You need to upload that one for them to use for the application purpose. Once you are admitted, Once you are admitted, you will need to contact your school. So the school you attended. If you're in Ghana, you attended Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, you attended University of Ghana, Legon, you attended UCC or Ghana Institute of Journalism, like any of the tertiary school you attended, you contact them to send your transcript to the school you've applied to and you've been admitted. And that one is called official transcripts. It is official because it is coming straight from the institution that gave it to you, that issued it, and straight to the school. So it is not passing through a middleman. It is not passing through you. That's why it is official. Okay, so someone sent a message to go through the process of application. That is what I'm doing. Okay, so patiently take your pen, paper, write notes, and then you know that's what I'm doing, and it will help you when you go back to check. So your passport, your transcripts, I just explained official and unofficial. And then you will need list of recommenders. I'm not saying recommendation letters. I'm saying list of recommenders. So most schools here in USA, you would have to enter the name of your supervisor, your recommender, their office, their relationship to you, whether a lecturer, supervisor, whatever it is, you list it. And then you are also supposed to enter their contact details, their email address, and their telephone numbers. That is the list you need. So you should have at least three people to be a recommenders. You don't need a recommendation letter from them. Most of the schools requires that you fill a form and you put in their details. The school would send them a form for them to fill, or will send them a link for them to upload the recommendation letter. You don't have to take a hard copy or soft copy recommendation letter to upload. No, they will contact your recommenders. So you need to have a list of recommenders that you will use. So what do you need from them? Their name, their position, institution that they are in, and then their contact detail. That's email and then telephone number. You need that with that. Okay, so let's look at the next thing you need. So the next thing you need, yeah, the next thing you need is your statement of purpose. I'll briefly go through your statement of purpose with you, how to write your statement of purpose. So let me just give you the list of things you need. So you need your statement of purpose. Statement of purpose is talking about you, your background, where you are coming from. Background, I mean academically. So where you are coming from, where you are now, like currently what you are doing with the knowledge you acquire from school, and then what you'll be doing in the future, and how the new program you want to go into would help you get to what you want to do in the future. And then afterwards, you talk about why you chose the school, why you chose the program, and you have your conclusion. So basically, that is the statement of purpose. It is also similar to letter of interest. But letter of interest is a formal letter, not an let's say, yeah, a formal letter. You have to have letter heading, like just as you know, formal letter, you have to have your addresses there and stuff. That's the letter of interest. But the statement of purpose is like a narrative essay or a descriptive essay. It's an essay. You don't need any address, but you need to have a heading. Okay. And then you need your resume or CV. Yeah, yeah. I'll talk about how to write a CV today. Today, I prepared for that. So I'll talk about how to write a CV and what your CV should contain. So your CV should be concise, it should be brief, and should capture a lot of things that you've done. But it shouldn't be lengthy. Your CV or resume should probably be only 2 pages. If you have one page and it covers everything you've done, that's cool. Maybe you've not done a lot of things actually, but how you present yourself. So I'll talk about how to make a CV or resume and the things to put on. Okay, so basically these are the documents you need. Quick one, you need your passport, you need your transcript, and sometimes you need your degree. Your degree, wouldn't say much, but your transcript is the most important. You need your transcript. And talking about a transcript, there's something called transcript evaluation. Some schools will ask you to do transcript evaluation, and the most common one is the WES, is Western Evaluation Solution or something, like Western Education something is WES. So if you want to know more about WES evaluation, you can find more on WES.org. ORG. Yes, you can find more information about transcript evaluation on that and how they do it. They have course by course, they have document by document. So it will depend on what your school wants. That will let you know which one to request for. WES evaluation is very expensive, so you need to plan towards that. Some schools may do the course evaluation, the transcript evaluation for you, and you wouldn't need WES. And other schools also would ask you to use another third party, which is not WES but less expensive. Basically, it's transcript evaluation. And the tip here is when you're asked to do transcript evaluation, the transcript you uploaded, the unofficial transcript you uploaded, it will be sent back to your institution, which gave you the transcript for them to verify. So if your application is in that process and it is taking longer, you could email the admissions, the graduate admissions or international admissions to find out why your document is pending or is taking long, and they'll tell you what it is. If it is a delay from your school in Ghana, then I will suggest you either email your school in Ghana or you follow up on them. Maybe they've not received the mail. Maybe they've received the mail and it is in the spam, or the mail, like they receive a lot of mails. So maybe they've missed it. So bringing to the attention that, oh, you're expecting them to verify your transcript will help them go back and look for those emails or that email and then respond to that. Doing that will help speed up your application. Okay, so with that being said, um let's look at your CV. How to write your resume. This is very difficult because you've done a lot of things, you don't know how to put it. Writing your CV is like you're marketing yourself. And sometimes we overwrite, sometimes we underwrite. So let's look at the simplest way to put your CV. But before I go to that, if you have any question, let me take question time. Like, let me take your questions. Put your questions and across, and I'll read. So, question time. Any question for me so far? I'm waiting. So, put your questions here, and then we go. So, whilst I'm waiting for questions, today we are talking about document preparation, school search, contacting professors, how to get application fee waiver, and how to apply online. These are the things we are talking about today. So, question time. I'm taking questions. If you have questions, please drop it in the comment section and I'll read it. If the question is too private, you can send an email and I'll read it from here. Okay, so now let's talk about resume. How do you write your CV? First, your CV should have your name in capital letters and bolding. Your name should be big, or let me say larger than all the other fonts. Okay, somebody talked about English proficiency. Okay, so in US here, most schools don't require English proficiency. Most schools don't require, or that they know that you are taught in Ghana and you are taught in English. Most schools don't require. But if your school is asking for English proficiency, you can take some from your department. You can take some from your department. Your department or your school, that one is accepted. You can also tell them that all your education was done in English and your undergrad was also taught in English. So if they could waive it for you. On some of the schools' website, they could state it there that if you had your education in one of these countries, English proficiency is not required. Okay, so basically that's that. Thank you for drawing my attention to that. Let's go to your CV. So your name, it should be in a larger font, it should be bolding so that it will be visible. It should be the heading of your CV. And then you have your email address, your telephone number, and then your mailing address. Your mailing address. Then you move to your personal statement. Personal statement on your CV is not an essay, a maximum of two sentences. Yeah, yeah. If you are going above, then it should be three. Three is just much, it's a lot. A maximum of two sentences. Just to introduce yourself. So I am a hardworking, diligent, I'm a hardworking and diligent um, public health graduate who is looking forward to, then you say whatever you're looking forward to in an institution. Simple as that. Just brief introduction. Okay, just brief introduction. So before I continue, let me attend to this comment. After graduation, your school takes some time to prepare your transcript. So how do you go about that? So you can upload your incomplete transcript, you can upload it, and then tell the graduate admissions that, oh, your transcript is not ready, but this is what you have at the time. And once it is ready, you would upload it. They would understand and then give you some time to upload your full or your complete transcript. So whatever transcript is available, maybe I'm missing one semester, You can just request for your transcript from your school and then scan it, upload it. The international office, they understand, they know some of these issues. Okay, let's go back to your transcript. Let's go back to your CV. So after your personal statement, you talk about your education. Most of the time, your education should start from your highest degree, like your highest certificate. So let's say you have a degree, so you write the name of the degree you have, maybe master's in kinesiology, master of science in kinesiology. Then you write the date on the certificate. So June 6th, 2018. And then you write your GPA. If you have CWA, don't worry about converting it, just write GPA. In some application portal, you need to write GPA, and the portal doesn't allow you to write your CWA. In that case, you email your graduate coordinator and ask what you should do. Sometimes they tell you to just write any number there. They'll tell you a number to write there, or they'll tell you to put your CWA there, or they'll tell you to just put a number there. They'll just tell you, and you do that. They know it, they'll look at it. So, first, email them for confirmation before you go ahead. So, you write your GPA or your CWA on your transcript, and then the name of your school comes down. So the name of your school, on the same line you have the location of the school. So let's use I'm using Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology because I attended K University. So KNUST, Kumasi, Ghana. That's it. So that's the location of your school. So if you have masters already, you can put your masters. After that, you put your undergrad degree, your bachelor's degree. That's it. You don't need your SHS, you don't need your JHS, you don't need those ones. You don't need those ones. But let's say in case you don't have a degree, you don't have bachelor's degree, you have HND, you put your HND there. You have college certificate, you put your college certificate there. If the highest degree you have is what's the name? Senior high school, you put your senior high school there. Okay. Then your location. Now let's go on. So after your education, you go to work experience. All the work experience you have, you need to put it there. Even if it is 1 month, you need to put it there. You need to put your work experience there, starting from the current one. So, how do you put your work experience on your CV? First, you write the position. So, the position you are in. Even if you're a national service personnel, you don't need to write national service personnel. Your position you were like the position you occupied, let me put it this way, the position you occupied, that's what you put there. So let's say you were a teaching assistant, you put teaching assistant. You were administrative assistant, you put administrative assistant. Instead of saying national service, no, you put the position you occupy there. So after putting your position there, you go down to company name, location, country, and dates. So if it is current, you write current, 2018 to current or current. And then you talk about the company name, location, and then date. When you're done, you talk about your duties. This is where the problem is. You talk about your duties. One, your duties should be listed in a full sentence, not a bullet, just a piece of thing, like a full sentence. So supervise the activity of blah 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 blah, which help us gain 10,000 more customers. You state full sentence, you quantify it, and then you list all your duties. When you are done, you go to the next until all your experience is done. As a student, you might not have a lot of experience, so you need to include your internship. You need to include your internship, all the internship you've done, the rotations you've done, you need to include them. And that one you write intern. So let's say you were um, a psychologist somewhere during your during your long vacation. You were a psychologist somewhere. So psychologist intern or intern psychologist. You write your duties down, the name of the company, the location of the company, the date, and then you write your duties there. Maybe you are a sales representative, a salesperson, or you're an insurance broker. So, insurance broker, intern, you come down, you write enterprise life, something, something, or what's the name? Any Abi Life Insurance Company, you write location Accra, Ghana, and then you add your dates, you write your duties, your achievement, you write them down in full sentence. You quantify what you did. You're able to register 30,000 people, which help boost. You just write them as it is. Okay. Then when you're done with your work experience, you go to relevant. The word there is relevant. Okay, so relevant short courses, training and achievement. So all the short courses you've done, you list them, you add the dates, you list them, you add the dates and achievements. So if you were maybe the student president, you write it as achievement. You write the time, and then if you were the best student, it's an achievement. You write it. If you were given an award, you write it. Okay, and you write the date and time. Then some people include leadership and development instead of relevant short. Okay, they have relevant short courses and training. They list them. Then they come leadership and development. You write all the leadership positions you've held. You write them down. And then you come to if you have publication. So all those I'm listing, if you don't have any of them, don't worry. You just put what you have there under specific heading and you're good to go. So if you have publications, you have papers, you have articles you publish, scholarly articles, you can write them down. So we have publication and seminars plus conferences. So you list all of them from the most current to the other. Okay. Then when you're done, you can add relevant skills and hobby. You write your relevant skills and hobby. Do not write reference. They don't need the referee contact. Do not write them. You don't need them. They don't need them. If they need your reference contact, they will ask you to send a list of your reference to them. You don't need the referee under your CV. You should have in mind that those looking at your CV have a lot of people applying and they also look at all their CVs. So if your CV is difficult to look at, it will go against you. If your CV is difficult to look at, it will go against you. Your CV should be concise, simplified, well organized. So when you are done writing all those, select all and then give it same font size 12, and then the spacing, single spacing. Don't leave a lot of spaces in your CV to occupy all the spaces to create more pages. No, your CV should be concise, should market you very well. They spend only 3 seconds, maximum of 5 seconds looking at your CV. So you can imagine if you are writing a lot of things that is not marketing you, you are just running at loss. So let me pause here and take questions. Please type your questions. If you have any questions, suggestion, contribution, addition to this CV we've talked about, you can just put it there and then we look at it. Mhm. Any question, concern, addition, you can put it there and then we look at it. We are going to statement of purpose, so don't leave yet. We are going to talk about statement of purpose. So don't leave yet. There are a lot of things we have to talk about today. We are going to talk about statements of purpose. So if you have any question, please leave the question and let's talk about it. I'm waiting for your question on the CV. If you have any case scenario, you can also write it or look at it. Yeah, let me see. Okay, so if there are no questions, let me go on. So the next thing we are looking at is statement of purpose. Statement of purpose is like a blank check given to you to sign any amount of money you want. So the larger the amount you write, the more zeros you add to that figure, the more money you have. You have no limit. But have in mind that if you're applying for masters, your statement of purpose should be around 500, 600 words. Words, not characters, words. 500, 600 words. And it should sell you. You should also have in mind that you are not the only one applying to the school. So let's say Central Michigan University, for instance. I'm saying that because that's where I just graduated from. So let's say Central Michigan University, for instance. All the people around the world looking forward to attend Central Michigan University would apply to the school. And the person looking at that application is the same person who will look at your application. And they don't have a lot of people just for application sake. So the more you make your essays, your document readable, interesting, and captivating, the better for you. Okay. This doesn't mean you should lie. You are not going to lie. You should just present yourself nicely and in an interesting format. So let's look at statement of purpose. Statement of purpose, as I said earlier, is an essay. So you need to have your introduction. So basically, introduction is about how you got, the program you are doing now caught your attention. I remember one time I read someone's statement of purpose and it started around like with this story that she okay, so before I continue, there's a question here. Is it possible that somebody who has gone through the course stand in for you? Stand in for you as in like put in a word for you, or like stand in as in put in a word for you or do your application for you, or tell them, oh, you are good and just give a word of mouth. Is that what you mean? If that is what you are meaning, just say yes and then I would tackle it for you right away. Okay, so let me continue whilst I wait for you to get back to me. So, when I was reading I said the statement of purpose started like this. The statement of purpose started like this. I I'm in a sport and exercise class, and we used to jog every morning as a class just to improve our health. And along the line, one cold morning, I saw these players training hard on the field with a lot of them feeling cold, but they need to train. And it dawned on me that look at all this hard work they are putting in order to have a successful career. To put in looking at all the efforts they are putting in to have a successful career. So what happens if they get injured and everything goes down the drain? Is there a way of bringing them back? So that drew the person's interest into sports injury management. Yeah, that is the introduction. So what The person was in the university already, but what drew the person attention into sports injury management, and why she did her thesis or project in that. So this is a background. Okay, so let me attend to a few questions and then we'll continue with the statement of purpose. So the location and date is the location of your company. So let's say if you did an internship at Kolebu Teaching Hospital. So Kolebu Teaching Hospital, you have your comma, you add Accra, comma, Ghana, and then the date, So June 2012 to July or August 2012. That is it. I hope that answers your question, Akumba. And then, can somebody stand in for you? You didn't get back to me. Then I'm assuming that if you mean someone you know or somebody who knows you, um, puts in good words for you. The person is just putting in good words for you. They'll use those good words with what you are bringing. So let's say that good work is just icing. It is just icing. You need to put in a good application so that the good work the person is putting in for you will not be in vain. This doesn't mean you should lie. If you lie, the system will fish you out. Even if you're in second year, they will just sack you from the school. I know people who lied and unfortunately they just got withdrawn at the time they didn't expect. Second semester, first year, they are withdrawn. And once you are withdrawn, they send messages around that you are not associated to the school and your presence is illegal. And anytime you don't know when the cops will come after you. So don't lie in your application. Just make a good application. So put in good application, then if somebody is testifying on your behalf, it will be like icing on the cake, which would help you, it will promote you. So let's continue with the statement of purpose. So you introduce why you got interested in the program you are doing. And then you do a little of background, like a little bit of background. So the introduction should take say three sentences, or let's say four sentences or one paragraph. Let me see, one, two, three, four, five. Your introduction and background should take one paragraph. So background is like, so from what the person said, led the person to do sports injury management. So studying sports injury management, so the person is talking about what she has done so far. So doing sports injury management, she said she got the skills. So you list the skills you've had. If you did thesis, like you wrote thesis or you did a project, you talk about it, your project, the finding of your project, the skills you got from that, and then you start talking about what you are doing currently. So, what the background and what you are doing currently would link you to the second paragraph, which will throw more light on what you are doing currently. Currently, I'm a teaching assistant at the Department of Mathematics, and my role or my duties include, you state it, and doing this has broadened my scope of knowledge. Doing this has, then you say whatever what you are doing is doing for you, and how the skills you are learning is going to help you be a successful candidate in the program. Then you come to the next, like, so beginning there, so getting to the end of the second paragraph, you start talking about why this course, why the program you want to do. You start talking about it. So, during the program, what do you think is going to happen? Like, what skill is it going to add to you? How is it going to be beneficial to you? So, you start talking about it. Start talking about the course. So, the course contains opportunity to work with opportunity to work with professors who are well known in their field. They know a lot, their experience, their skills they'll pass on to you. Um, the opportunity to work in the state of the art laboratory, you do research, you do more practical things. So you talk about all those things. And you go into the third paragraph, where you start talking about, so doing this will help you achieve your career goals of. Then you start talking about your career goals. Be specific. Be specific about your career goals. It shouldn't be so blunt. It shouldn't be so vague. It shouldn't be so vague. You should talk about your career goals. For instance, I look forward to bridging the gap between non communicable diseases and exercise with the new research I look forward to do. I also want to contribute to the knowledge out there concerning exercise and cardiovascular diseases, exercise and cancer. You could talk about something. It should be direct. It shouldn't be okay. I want to be a professional lecturer and I want to teach in a university. Yes, what do you want to teach? What will teaching do? So bridging the gap in, so let's say bridging the gap in the knowledge out there concerning exercise and cardiovascular disease will help promote life, make living simple, essential to everyone. Also, passing down the knowledge I'll gain from the research I will do onto the next generation will help with continuity of research or finding something. You should flow. You shouldn't just be vague. You should quantify the things you want to do. You should be direct. Okay, so let's move on. Then, whilst you talk about what you want to do and how the course will help you, then you talk about the university, why you chose the university. So, after talking about your career goals, you continue to say that I believe studying this course in this university, say Michigan State University. So, studying this course in Michigan State University would you continue saying because you continue saying all those things you think would help you. And then why that school? So Michigan State University is a diverse university. Okay, let me talk about Central because I'm a Central alumni. So Central Michigan University is diverse, is international student havens, it's supportive, it has warm atmosphere, situated in a calm environment in a college town. You talk about all those things. And in conclusion, you summarize everything and you could put it as so I believe with my background, with my experience, I would be able to contribute significantly to this program. To then you name the program to Master of Science in Exercise Physiology at Central Michigan University, and I look forward to apply all the skills I get to make the earth a better place to live. Something. Okay, so let's look at the don'ts. With everything I've discussed, I've not said I am poor, I can't afford full meal, I don't have accommodation, I am brilliant and poor. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying if you don't give me scholarship, I'm going to lose all this opportunity. I'm not saying that. You see, I didn't say that. So it means that you don't have to say that. Don't talk about those ones in your statement of purpose. And then whilst I was talking, I didn't say when you go to this country, the death rate of this is that. No, you're talking about yourself, your statement of purpose. Your statement of purpose. Okay. And then don't be pathetic. Don't be begging. Statement of purpose is like what you want, your future career, what you are from, where you are going to. It's not about My mother died 3 years ago. My uncle died 5 years ago. Nobody has been taking care of me. I've been selling corn and what, egg and pepper. Yes, egg and pepper, and then plantain chips to take care of me. No, you don't have to say all those things. It's not your statement of purpose. Your statement of purpose is the vision you have, your background, the skills you've learned. Your background doesn't mean come and tell us we are selling egg in school and plantain chips in school to pay your school fees. You are telling us the skills you got from school. If you want to talk about your hardship and everything, you can just say, despite all the hardship I went through in my undergrad, I've been able to graduate with. Then you talk about simple. You are not going to throw more light on that. It is not needed. The schools are not charity organizations, okay? And if the funding is there and you qualify, they will give it to you. If the funding is there and you qualify, they will give it to you. It is not the begging, it is not the charity thing you are doing or saying that will give them, that will let them have pity on you. It is not pity. It is about what is inside you. It is about the content. It is about the skills. It is about the knowledge you have. It is about your ability to learn and excel. So sell that one instead of your current situation. You are not selling your current situation for anything. Sell the skill you have, the knowledge you have, the ability to excel in your program, how you be a successful student, and how you be able to apply the knowledge you gain. That is what is needed. That is what they want to hear. If they want to run charity, they don't need your statement of purpose. They could just go to a charity home, pick all the children there, and bring them to the school. So let's limit the charity or the portraying of ourselves as um, less advantaged people or less what. Let's stop that. Sell your skills, sell your knowledge, sell your capabilities, and sell your abilities and your experience. Okay, so let me take some questions. So the question, yeah, so put your questions down and then we move on to something else. Mm-hmm. Put your questions down. I'm waiting for questions. Question time. So if you know somebody who will need the information I'm sharing here and the person is not here, you can just send the link to the person. You can just invite somebody to join. If you have personal questions, let me check my mail. I'll talk about application fee waiver soon. So please wait behind for application fee waiver stuff. Okay. Yeah, please wait behind. So I'm waiting. Questions time. Question concerning statement of purpose. SOP. Question concerning statement of purpose. You can type them. Whatever that is buckling your mind, you can type them and then I would attend to you. So questions concerning statement of purpose. You can type them. I will attend to you. Mm-hmm. So I'm giving 1 minute and then we can move on. So 1 minute. Mm-hmm. Statement of purpose questions, CV questions, 1 minute, 1 minute. You can invite people to join. 1 minute, 30 seconds to go. 30 seconds to go. So the next thing on the list is school search, how to search for schools. Then from how to search for schools, we would go to application fee waiver. Yeah, there is a degree for you to do in public health. Yes, as a nurse, you can do public health. It is related. So when we get to school search, you know how to search for schools and what to look out for when you search for schools. And then you go to the program's website and then you read more about the requirement. Yeah. So you can do public health as a nurse. Okay, so the statement of purpose, that's what we've talked about here. We've talked about the outline. So if you've written a statement of purpose, please, with the outline I've given, kindly look at it and then match it. If it is the same as I'm talking about, if it follows the trend I'm talking about, you are good to go. Also, please have it in mind that there are a lot of people sending their documents for me to review, so it will take some time to attend to everybody. So I really appreciate your patience. Okay, when it comes to me reviewing your document for you, I really appreciate your patience. I review a lot of documents. And apart from reviewing documents, I also have my academic stuff to do. Okay. So I really appreciate your patience when you bring your documents for me to review. I'll make time and review it for you. And I'm not charging anyone, I'm just doing it for you because I want you all to have access to education. I want you all to be successful. Okay, so please, thank you for your patience. So let's go to school search. If there are no other questions, yeah, so school search, please take a pen and paper. If you're not writing, please write something down because I think you need this. You need it. So school search, the do's and the don'ts. Let's start with some of the things you need to look out for. Okay, so the question is, are you supposed to have a different SOP for different schools? I would say no, if it is the same program. If you are doing exercise physiology in school A, like if you want to do exercise physiology in school A, the statement of purpose you've written, that is the same statement of purpose you send to school B if it is exercise physiology. But you need to go through and edit the name of the school. Sometimes exercise physiology, for instance, I'm using exercise physiology because I studied exercise physiology. Sometimes exercise physiology could also have a name as kinesiology. It is the same program. It has kinesiology, and you have to specialize in exercise physiology. It is the same program. So if you have a statement of purpose there, you need to go over and then change the names in there, the names of the program, the names of the school in there. Okay, a quick one before I forget. So the statement of purpose for PhD program. Yeah, there's one thing you need to add. That is the lab you want to work in. Some schools will require that you search for labs before you come or before you apply. So you go onto the school's website, you look at the program they do. This is for the PhD students. So you look at the programs they are offering, the kind of research they are doing, and the specific lab that aligns with your interest. So you can have about 5 labs in mind. So you have to include it in your statement of purpose. You have to include it into your statement of purpose. In that the labs, you need to include it. Maybe the doku lab, the what? Give me names. The doku lab, the do lab. Just name them. The what? The Williamson lab. You just need to add the lab to your statement of purpose. It really helps. That's why, as a PhD student or somebody who wants to do a PhD, your statement of purpose is longer than somebody who wants to do masters. You have to write about 1,000 words, and then masters undergrad should be around 500, 600. So you need to include all those ones. Okay, and then if you are going to other school, if you are applying to other school, you have to look at other program. You have to look at the program outline and how they align with you, and then you write a nice statement of purpose for that. Also, you should know concerning other program. If your statement of purpose is in exercise physiology and you want to do business administration, please, you can't use that same statement of purpose. You need to align your statement of purpose to business administration. I hope that answers your question. Okay, so let's move on to school search. So, what to look out for? First, look out for the acceptance rate. Look out for the acceptance rate. So, if you search for a school, say Central Michigan University, check the acceptance rate that will show on Google. So, if the acceptance rate is 90%, it means that all the people who apply to school, 90% of the applicants would be given admission. If the acceptance rate to say Massachusetts Institute of Technology MIT, if it is 3 or 13%, it means that all the people who apply to that school, only 3% or 13% of them would be given admission. So please check the acceptance rates. Okay. And then when you are making your application, you should have a curve. So you have a school with, let's say, um, some ranking, like it is medium, like medium, moderately ranked, or medium in the medium band, and then the school which is in the high band, and then the school which is in the low band. Like you should spread your application across so that you have a curve than even when you are choosing your high schools, you see you don't select A schools throughout. So you select category A school, category B school, category C and D schools. Okay. So with that same idea, spread your application across. Okay, so let's move on. So school says so you check the acceptance rate, you check the school ranking and you spread it across. And then you check the course outline, and then you would also look at some the school requirements. So school requirements, some schools require GRE, GMAT, some schools will not require all these ones. So you check out the requirements. Now, how do you search for schools? There are three basic ways of checking for schools. So first, you Google. So you Google MS Public Health in USA. Google will give us a lot of lists. Will give you a lot of lists. It's unfortunate I'm not able to share my screen to demonstrate, but if you are behind your laptop, you can just open a Google browser and check. MS, you add a program, the name of your program. If it is MA, you add MA communication, the name of your program. In USA, a list will come. So you choose from there, you go to the school's website, and then you look at the requirements. Then you can write PhD in your program, USA, it will come. You can look at the school's acceptance rate over there. You can look at all those ones. That's the first one. And the second one is you go state by state. If you have a particular state you want to stay in, maybe you don't like cold, so you don't want to go to Midwest, you don't want to go to the cold area, you want to get to the warm area, Florida, the Sunshine City, you don't want to go to Michigan. Michigan is closer to Canada and it's very cold. There are some weather issues. Today is cold. Today is very warm. Tomorrow it's raining. There's no. You don't want that. You want Florida. You just look at the state you want to go to and then check for the individual schools in that state. When you put that in Google, Wikipedia will give you all those documents. Okay, and then okay, yeah, so let me quickly rush through this. I have a video on school search. So if you want more information about the school search, I have a video on that, and then it has practice for all of them. Like it has practice how to do it. You can see it in that video. So you can check my YouTube videos, and then you see ways to check for schools. Okay, it's there. So and then the second step is social media. So as I'm here, I'll say some schools at the end. At the end, if you stay to the end, I have about 11 schools that I'll just tell you. You go and search the school's website, and then you look at the programs they do. So social media, some schools will advertise their programs on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, wherever they do that. And then we have us here, the social media, the YouTube content creators like us. We give schools information out. Like I was saying, you go to my website, my channel, there are a lot of schools I've discussed over there. So you can look at them. Although it's more of the offers for last year, it is the same thing. It is the same thing for the coming academic year. So if you look at those information, it will guide you to be a successful applicant. So you can go and look at all the schools I've discussed over there, the scholarship they have, the programs they have. You can also go and look at them over there. And then by recommendation, so somebody in the school, maybe I know my junior colleagues, my junior classmates back in undergrad, KNUST, they want to do some of the program I did here. I can tell them, oh, Central Michigan University is good because I was there, I like their program, and this is how their program is. So you too, you can read about them. If you like the program, you can apply to it. So recommendation from people who have been into the school or people who know the school. So that also work. So these are the three ways. So you do Google search, social media adverts, or recommendation. Now, we've talked about acceptance rate. When you get a school, you go to the school's website. When you go to the school's website, you go to academics. So, academics, you see all the academic programs. You select the one of your choice. When you go to the school, the academic and the program, you see the programs, you select the program, you go to the program's website, you would see the content. Please take your time and look at the content. If it is related to what you want to do, you go ahead and look at the requirements. Some schools may have different name for the program you want to do. So looking at the content will help you get the idea of the program. So please look at the content. Don't just look at the name. So if you are doing accounting and then you see terms related to accounting that you are doing, then please visit that program's website and look at the program content. When you're done looking at the content and you know, okay, this is the program I really want to do, or this is the program I qualify for, I'm eligible. Like this is part of the things we learned in my undergrad. For instance, in sport and exercise science, we did kinesiology, we did sports management, we did sports injury, we did sports law, we did all those things. So if you see something like that and it is of interest, you go to the program's website. When you go to the program's website, what do you look out for? One, you look out for requirements. Yes. So Elijah, you can use I think you missed the earlier part of this video. So not all school will require you to bring English proficiency. They will tell you that if your undergrad was taught in English, then you are eligible for exemption. So you don't need English proficiency. If school requires you to bring English proficiency, you can write an email to them that all your education has been taught in English and you're from Ghana. And Ghana English is our first language. So whatever you are from, you can tell them. And if you're not from Ghana and you are not taught in English, then you would need to write the IELTS. But if you are taught in English, you just get a proficiency letter from your school. They would accept that. Okay, so back to what I was talking about. Um, some schools will also, looking at the admission requirements, some schools will also require you to write GRE. Some will not. Some will waive GMAT. Some will not. So you look at the requirements. Some will only ask you to apply the transcripts. Some will say you don't need recommendation letters or you will not need recommenders. Some will also say you will not need, you just need your transcript. So read the admission requirements. And then when you're done reading that, you go to uh, the international students page. They have some of the things they will require of you as an international student. As an international student, your application passes through the international office. student's office before it goes to your department. So if you know the requirement, basically they have the general requirement for like a general requirement for graduate school. So you go and look at them, and then you go to your department to look at department specific requirements. So when you are done, maybe you have a lot of things that would substitute something. So you can email supervisors and tell them, oh, I have three publications and I have this number of work experience. Please, can JRE be waived? They can tell you, yes, it can be waived. They can say, no, you have to write it. So based on the answer they give you, the response they give you would write, like you would go ahead with whatever you need to do. Okay, so once you've read through the requirements, you've seen the course outline, whether you do research, you don't do research, whether you are required to contact professors or not. Some schools will ask you to contact professors. Some will say no, don't contact them. The potential PhD students, some schools will require you to contact professors, some schools will not. So once you see the requirements and you're okay, then you send an email. You send an email to the graduate coordinator. I'm not saying international office. I'm not saying graduate admissions. I'm saying graduate coordinator. Graduate coordinator is the one in charge of the program. So you send an email to them, to him or her, the person, you just send an email and you ask whatever you need. First, you express your interest in the program, and then you ask whatever you need. So you can ask whether application fee can be waived. You can ask whether GRE can be waived. You can ask for them to tell you about the program. You can also ask them to tell you about the application process, funding available. You can ask all those things. When you ask them, they will give you response. So please ask questions. Don't assume, because they know that navigating through the internet, getting all the information you need is very difficult. So they are there willing to help you. You should be polite with them. You should be polite. You should use college level English, and they would respond to you. Okay. One more thing. Yes, they would respond to you. I wanted to say something. Um, Okay, when it comes back, I'll say it. Let's move on. So, how do you write an email to a professor? So, one, you should be concise. So, if you should have this in mind, if you qualify and they have place, like they have spots, they have space for you, they will pick you. You don't have to beg. We don't beg here. You don't have to beg. When you qualify, they would give you. Then be patient, because know that the whole world, all those people applying to that school, to that program, they are all contacting that one person. And that one person is also a professor. He's teaching. He has class, he teaches, he grades, he has students he attends to, and he's also conducting research. One person. So you should be patient with them. If you send an email for 2 weeks, you've not had a response, then you follow up on them. You should be polite. Sometimes the email be sent. If you read the email, your head will just be hurting. So please, I'm begging on behalf of the professors. Use college level English. You should go straight to the point. I mean, go straight to the point. A minute. Oh no. Oh no. That's fine. It's okay. Okay. I'm sorry about that. So I've been talking for more than 1 hour. Let me just hmm, get hydration. Yeah, I'm hydrated a bit. Let me move on. So I'm begging on behalf of the professors, please use college level English. Use college level English. Be concise. Go straight to the point. You should be polite. So let's see how to write an email. Don't forget, you should attach your CV, your resume. to your email. The importance of that is professors don't have time. So when they have time and they open your email, they have your CV already. So they will be able to guide you. So first, you have your subject. If your email has no subject, it goes straight to the spam. The professors will not even see it, and you are there thinking they are seeing it. So please, your email should have subjects. So subject could be MS Nursing Enquiry, MS Kinesiology Enquiry, potential PhD students interested in your lab. If you are going to a lab, if you are going, you need to email a professor whose lab you intend to work in. You add that. Then you greet. Don't say dear sir. Dear sir means you don't know the person, you've not read about the person, you don't even know what who you're addressing. So, dear professor, you add the name of the person. The system will not fish that email out because it is addressing a person and it looks like it is not coming from other AI machines, it is coming from a human being. So, dear prof, you add the name of the professor. That's the greeting side. So you can go, I hope this email finds you well. I hope you are doing well. Blah blah blah. Just be polite. The body of the message, the body of the email, you should be brief. You should go straight to the point. To use college level English and be polite. So I'm interested in I'm interested in Master of Science in Mechanical Engineering. I am interested in Master of Science in Mechanical Engineering. I'd like to know more about the application process. If GRE could be waived and application fee as well. Also, I'd like to know the funding available and when I can put in my application. I then we continue. I have attached a copy of my resume for your review. I look forward to hearing from you. Okay, I have attached a copy of my resume for your review. That will be the body of the email. You add your thank you. That will be the body of the email. And then you attach your resume. Then the conclusion. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you. Or I look forward to be hearing from you. Then you come to the signature part. Sincerely, yours sincerely, yours faithfully, warm regards, all the things you want to say, you put it there, comma, you come down, write your full name, write your full name, write your full name. Then you're done. Okay, then don't. Please don't start by saying I am the first of 20 children. My father died when I was 2 years. Have been able to graduate from this school with masters in DN, and I I want to study, but I don't have scholarship. Please, I want to know if your department would deem it right to give me scholarship, and if your department would sponsor me, giving me this platform would no. When they read the message, they will not know the response to give you, so they will not reply your email. They will not reply. And giving me this opportunity will give me a platform to will be a stepping stone for me to live. No, it's it. No, no. Just go straight to the point. Ask your question. Be polite. Don't be pathetic. You are not pathetic. You see, let me tell you this. The fact that you don't have scholarship to study, the fact that you're applying to a school doesn't make you a beggar, doesn't make you somebody who is hopeless. No, you are intelligent. Even if you had, no matter your class you had in school, you are intelligent. You're a human being. So you shouldn't be begging. Here, begging, they are not charity organization. Let me put it that way. They are not charity organization. Here, what speak is your experience, your intelligence, your knowledge, your like the things you can do and how you have command over your language, how you present yourself. So you're not begging. Don't beg. Just ask questions. If they have, they'll tell you. Here, if they have funding and they want to give you, they'll tell you, yes, you qualify, we'll give you. Yes, you qualify, you need to apply. Yes, it is very competitive. They'll tell you. It is not your begging that will make them have mercy on you. They are not having mercy on anyone. Your tears is what is keeping them or opening ways for you. If you have something to do, if you ask me, I'll say write your skills, sell yourself well, tell the truth, be confident. Okay, do you have any question? Let me take question time. So we just finished with school search, emailing professors. Yeah, so let me have your questions coming. Yeah. Question. So if you have comments, you can put it there. If you have questions, you can put it there. Mm-hmm. So I'm taking questions, comments, suggestions. If you have any experience, yeah, you can share your experience. Yeah, if you have any experience, share your experience with me. Let's see. Have you emailed a professor and the professor never got back to you? Have you realized some of your mistake in your emails from what I just told you? Have you realized some of the mistakes you've been doing? Is there anything new you do with your emails? Just let's interact. So I'm reading comments. Let me see. Yeah, I'm reading comments. Yes. Mm-hmm. I'm reading comments. Please keep your comments coming. Keep your comments coming. Keep your comments coming. So, is there anything you are going to do now, or have you tried emailing a professor before? So whilst I'm waiting for comment, you do whilst I'm waiting for comment, the next thing we'll be doing after the comment will be application fee waiver. How do you get application fee waived? That's what we are looking next. We are looking for next. So please keep your comments coming. I'm waiting for comments. Is there any experience you've had? Is there anything you want me to know? Is there any funny thing you want to share? I'm waiting. Just share. So I'll read just comments. Let me see my WhatsApp if anyone has. Oh, thank you. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Thank you. So I also check my email, not any personal message now. So comments, we are waiting for comments, then we move on to application fee waiver. So let the comments keep coming. We'll just wrap up in no time because we're spending a lot of time here. I just want to tackle these two and then we just go. So, no comments. Let's move on. So, application fee waiver. Before that, if you email professor and he doesn't respond, it could be he has not seen your email or your email just went to spam or the email you wrote, there's no response for you. Sorry to hear that, but some emails after reading them, you don't know what a person wants you to tell them. Like you don't know. So there's no response for you. So please, if you email a professor, he has not gotten back to you, check your emails. You can also follow up. So when you are following up, it is not any long thing. You just go back to the the email you wrote, and then you reply, or you just continue from you reply, and then okay. So dear professor, so and so, I hope this email finds you well. Please, I'm following up on my previous email. I look forward to hearing from you. Simple. And sincerely, you add your full name. Simple as that. You shouldn't complicate things. Make this easy for everyone, okay, so that everybody will have peace of mind. Okay, so let's move on. So Do not let money be a hindrance. Do not let money be a hindrance. So I know a couple of schools: Harvard, MIT, University of Massachusetts, and Virginia Tech. What's the name? Name them. A lot of schools, they give application fee waiver. And when it gets to somewhere in September, you start seeing my videos coming, free application, apply to this school for free. So if you don't want to miss, kindly subscribe to my channel right now so that when those videos come, you don't miss, because those free application period is seasonal. So if you miss the video, you miss the information, you are going to miss the free application season. So if you've not done that, please subscribe to my channel, click on the notification bell, and then when I post a new video on free application week in this school, you get the video, you get a notification to watch and apply. So do not let money be an hindrance. So first of all, you email either the grad school, like graduate admission, or your graduate coordinator, the same person we talked about earlier. So use the same email format we talked about earlier. You email them and ask of application fee waiver. If it is available, they'll tell you this is the code you use, or wait, put in your application, wait for the application fee waiver week. They have free application week for most schools. So put in your application, wait for that time, and then submit your application. They can tell you that, or they can tell you to submit your application and wait. When the free application week comes, you get a code and then you use it to apply. Okay, so you can do that. They will tell you what to do. So you email them and you verify. And then whilst I email, you can also search on the schools. Most schools, they have events. If you attend those events like open house, virtual tour, like telling about the programs in the school, if you attend those programs, they would give you code that you can use for your application. So you can schedule for that event. So search on the school's website. You can ask your department, and then you attend those events, you get application fee waiver code. Okay, so application fee waiver. Any question? Quick, quick. Yeah, more than 1 hour. So let's wrap things up. So any question? Hmm. Okay, so if there are no questions, let's look at how to apply online. So please pay attention to the questions asked, pay attention to what you are putting in, and then put all your documents together in one folder, so that it will be easy for you to locate them and upload them. Put all your documents together in a folder, and then use a laptop and a stable internet. It is advisable to do that, and it makes it easier to put in your application. Using a laptop and a stable internet connection will help and make things easier for you. Read carefully before you fill in, and then before submitting. So if you've stayed with me to this time, yeah, you've done very well. In fact, let me give you thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Yeah, thank you very much for staying with me to this end. Let me give you some schools to check, okay? So check this school out. Virginia Tech, check Virginia Tech. They have wonderful program. They have free application week. They have, so start checking it out now. Start emailing graduate coordinators now. And then by the time application opens in September, you have all late August. It's actually late August and then September. And the deadline is in November, December. Most of them, 6 or 7 December. The latest will be somewhere 13, 15, mid-December. So if you start now, you meet the early deadline and you have early consideration, which will put you on higher heights. Like it will put you up there. You'll be open to more resources. You have more schools. So put the schools down. Virginia Tech is a good school. Central Michigan University, yeah, I graduated from Central. So Central Michigan University, Colorado State University. If I'm saying this too fast, please, you can later on I'll leave this live online so you can watch it, slow it down as much as you can, and then you write it. Okay. So Colorado State University, Western Illinois University, University of Virginia, UVA, so University of Virginia, Purdue University, Arizona State University, Northern Michigan University, Michigan State University, Michigan Tech, Michigan Tech, North Carolina A&T, yes, North Carolina A&T, Kansas State University, like Kansas State University. On my YouTube channel, I have videos on Berea College, Dayton College. Um, you can also look at Florida State University, and then yeah, so these are the schools you can start looking at them. You can look at University of Massachusetts. It's a very good school. It's a very high school. You can look at University of Massachusetts, and then don't be intimidated by Harvard. You can apply to Harvard. Harvard, they can waive your application fee for you. Put in good application, and who knows, you can get admission to Harvard, and you come and give me testimony. But all these schools I'm telling you, all this information I'm giving out, if you apply any of them, it works for you. Please don't forget to just send me an email. I'll be so excited to hear that this is impacting, like this is making things easy for you. You send me an email. So please, Harvard is there. MIT is Massachusetts. Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Yes, MIT. It's in Amherst. Yes, Boston. Yeah, I think either Boston. Yeah, Boston. So you can look at that school. You can look at University of Massachusetts, which is in Amherst. You can look at Emory. Emory is a nice school. So you can look at all these schools. Yeah, and if you have any question, please you can leave it in the comment section. If you've not shared my link or my channel, please. Sharing my channel will motivate me to do more video, more live video. Will also motivate me to come here every time to help you. So please share my YouTube channel link. Also like, subscribe. All this will just give me motivation. I'll spend all the time to look for good content and then come and share with you. So sharing, we are hitting this before the year ends, and we are looking forward to hit 5K subscribers, just 5Ks. So if you share, encourage your friends to subscribe and watch my videos, we will hit 5K. I just want 5K. My birthday is in October, so when we get 5K, that would be a good birthday gift to me. Anyway, I'm open for questions, so let me take questions. Question time. If you have any question, you can put there. If you have any comments, you can put there. If you have any suggestion, you can put there. Maybe spending a lot of time over 1 hour here, more than football, 90 minutes. Yeah, it's not helpful. You want me to do 20 minutes or 10 minutes. You want me to do 2 hours. I can look at it and go. I can look at it. So let's talk. If you have any message, please drop comments, suggestion. I'm here. I'm listening. Yeah. Okay, so if there are no comments, if there are no suggestions, I would like to say thank you very much for staying tuned until this time. In fact, I really appreciate that. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for joining this family. And so we meet again. This is the Study Abroad Diaries. Adios.